That was Tamin Lipsey, who has been one of the best point guards in college basketball for a long time. I think he's now just finally starting to get the flowers that he deserves. 9 points, 8 assists, not a single turnover to his name, and a 23-point win in Mackey Arena over the preseason #1 team in the country and the preseason player of the year who happens to play the same position as him. Norm, I teased this a little bit earlier, right? The biggest loss by a national champion during that season at home was 18 points when you guys lost at home to Kentucky. So you've in 2022, you've kind of experienced this before with a team that's good enough to win the whole thing, that has gotten their ass kicked at home and found a way to be able to turn that around. What is happening right now in that locker room? If you are Matt Painter, what is he telling these guys? Like, how do you get them to move past this? How do you get better from this? Is there a way to learn from it? Like, what's going on in that locker room right now?
Well, I think what happened to us was it probably was really worse than 18. I think they subbed with about 6 minutes to go. So what happened with us is we just said to our guys, hey, it's one game. We got our butts beat. Take the beating. Understand that we got our butts beat at home. We're not as good as what we thought we were. We got a lot of work to do. I'm sure that's what Matt's telling them. You know, what Coach kept telling our guys that whole time was, hey, look down there. Those are real guys. We got fake guys on our side. We're fake on this side. They're real down there. They got real guys. Now, he did that to motivate our guys. And I would tell you this, we got better as the year went on. We took it as motivation, those guys. And then when we won the national championship in the locker room, all the guys kept saying to Coach, are we real guys now? Are we real guys now? And Coach said, yep, you guys, you're real guys now. You're real guys now. So I think you got to take it as motivation. You got to understand it's one game. We didn't play well. They had everything going for them. We weren't able to change the tide. And then we got to move on to the next one.
Yeah. McCall?
Yeah, that's an amazing story too. I just think with Coach Painter's demeanor on the sidelines and how he is and how he coaches this team, he knows he has a veteran team. There's no question about it. He knows he has a really good team. He knows he has a team that can win a national championship. He also has their attention now. And these players, with how old they are, how mature they are, Trey Kaufman-Renn knows he didn't play well. Fletcher Lawyer knows he didn't play well. I don't think Matt Painter's going to have to go into the locker room and go absolutely berserk. Like, that's not who he is. But they got humbled. And sometimes that's the best thing that you need to be able to say, hey, we need to hit reset. We need to hit reset a little bit here. Guys, like, our offense bled into our defense. Bottom line, that's what happened. They caused frustration for us offensively, and it completely bled into our defense. We got to get back to work. The goal doesn't change. They have been talking about winning this national championship. If you even go back to Big Ten Media Day, like what their players were saying, what Braden Smith was saying, what Fletcher Lawyer was saying, like they talk about it. They talk about it as a program. You know, you always want to say, like, live in the moment. No, like, that's the goal. Their goal is to win it all. And sometimes in order to get there, you got to go through some adversity. And you got to go through some adversity early. And that's exactly what happened today. They went through adversity. They'll bounce back. They'll respond. That'll be the biggest thing. But, again, I know I keep harping on it. Fletcher Lawyer he just seems a little bit off this season. For whatever reason, you know, it's only going to take one game. It's only going to take, you know, a burst where he comes in and bangs home 4 or 5 threes within a short amount of time. But he's the guy that he's got to figure out. He's got to get it going for this team to reach their potential.
Yeah, the one concern that I do have is we know what Purdue's issues are, right? It's a little bit of a lack of length and athleticism in their backcourt and on their perimeter. And it's the fact that they don't really have a an option if you can take away Braden and Fletcher Lawyer. And granted, that's easier said than done. But if you can do it, if you can say we're not going to let your big three beat us, everyone else can go ahead. They don't really have a guy that can do that. That's kind of been the knock on them. It didn't work in other games this season, but that's the one concern that I have is like the flaw that we know that is the chink in the armor for this Purdue team, Matt. We kind of saw it rear its head today, and it did not end well for Purdue. Is that something that am I reading too much into it by being a little bit worried about that?
I almost think like a guy like Clough. You're talking about like one of the more like most sought after transfers in the entire country. Like he should be able to be that guy. They need to be able to play in a lot of different ways, you know. Mm-hmm. So if Lawyer has it going, we're going to spread it out. We're going to run spread, pick and roll. We're going to put the ball in Braden's hands. Like we're going to throw short rolls, you know, to Trey Kaufman Rim. But it's like, okay, like we're struggling maybe on the offensive end of the floor in this game. Like let's throw it inside. Like let's throw it inside to Clough. Like can we establish him? I mean, this guy, everybody in the country wanted him. Came there to win a national championship. That's why he picked Purdue. With the roster that Purdue had in place, you're looking at him and you're saying, okay, man, this guy's going there. Like, this is the number one team in the country. So establishing him more early on, especially in games where, like a game today, like Iowa State's blowing up those actions. Like they're not allowing them to just come down and run offense. So I think that's something else that maybe Purdue and, you know, Coach Painter's going to look to. But Clough, to me, is a guy – we talk so much about Braden Smith. We talk so much about Fletcher Lawyer. We talk so much, you know, about Trey Kaufman-Rin. Like, that guy's really good too. How can they establish him more in the post?
Yep.